Number one is family and friends, getting referrals. Making sure that you're getting referrals from people. Number two is the way your business card is created to be able to brand yourself. Your card will speak before you even have to open your mouth if you do it properly. Number three is target marketing as far as location, which takes you out of a localized thinking into a globalized thinking. Number four is your profile on social media, rebranding yourself as a specialist within a specific lane so it doesn't come off generic and it doesn't come off, you want to, what's really important about all of this is understanding that, if I were to ask you, you guys can unmute, I'd love to hear outside of those that are underneath my tutelage directly, what is the hardest part of the business? I'm going to ask Cass, I'm going to ask Belinda, I'm going to ask Celia, I'm going to ask Lynn. What is the hardest part of the business?
Mr. Nelson.
Oh, Sam, no, you too good of a student. Shut up and mute your mic. I already know how much you study my stuff.
Mr. Nelson, I would say being consistent.
Okay. Celia, what's the hardest part of the business?
Getting over the nose.
Okay.
Strong and next.
Okay, Cass, what's the hardest part of the business?
I mean myself.
Okay. Ariel, what's the hardest part of the business? You got to think about it, not a problem. Let's go, let's move up a level. Is Tosh on? Tosh, what's the hardest part of the business?
The mindset.
Okay. Ishmael, what's the hardest part of the business? You're thinking about it. Al Randolph, what's the hardest part of the business?
I would say, to duplicate yourself.
Okay. Chris and Rose, what's the hardest part of the business? I'm moving into my RDs.
Hey, boss, sorry, we're launching somebody. What was that again?
I'm sorry. What's the hardest part of the business?
The hardest part is for people to deal with no.
Okay, excellent. So you guys heard at least 7 or 8 answers. The answer is the hardest part of the business is just getting somebody to see it. If you could get 20 people to see it, if you could get 100 people to see it, if you could get 200 people to see it, your business is a no-brainer. If you're doing an open house for real estate, and you could be the best real estate broker in the world, the greatest real estate salesperson in the world, but if you only showed it to 3 people, you aren't going to find a qualified buyer. I'm going to beat you, just as Jim Rohn has so succinctly shared and taught me, because of a ratio. And that's why Sam went to jump in the water, because he knows the numbers game. He knows the answer. The people that study my work know the answer, right? The hardest part of this business, if you could be the most unexperienced person coming into this business, you could start today and outproduce both me and Mr. Al Thomas combined by what? What has Mr. Al Thomas been talking about for the last, God knows how many years? What do me and Mr. Al Thomas have in common? Nobody will outwork us when we work. You can get started today and outproduce 90%, if not 95, I'd say 98% of the company in under 120 days. You can outproduce every ETL, every RD, every RVP, and I would say at least 60% of the platinum RVPs, just because you spent 120 days outworking them. No skill, no talent, just outworking them consistently over a period of time. Because most people come in, and most people that work this business, though 99% of people work it on a part-time basis, let me tell you the failure rate of working this on a part-time basis. The failure is not in working it on a part-time basis. The failure is working it on a part-time mentality. I work my part-time business with a full-time mentality. I go into the gym. I only got 30 minutes. I only got 10 minutes. I got 20 minutes. I built a whole full-blown like Olympic gym right next to this office. So right when I get off of this, I can go in there for 15 minutes. I work out more in 15 minutes than most people work out in 2 hours. I get off another call, I can go in there and I can get a good 20 sets in under 20 minutes. I know my rotation. I can go in there and knock out 20 minutes of cardio in between a call. I get in 200 push-ups every day. I do 20 here, 30 there, 15 here, 20 there in between calls. I'm committed. My consistency for everything that I do is in overdrive. Though I may only have 20 minutes, what I do in 20 minutes takes most people trying to look good and warm up in the gym and stretch and figure out, you know, if I'm in the right place and space. And am I going to do legs today? I'm going to do chest. Am I going to do cardio? Am I going to do yoga? Am I going to meditate? Let me just warm up. It takes what they take an hour and a half to do. I can knock out in 15, 20 minutes. Because my mind is right. What I do in this business, I can knock out what most people take to do in, you know, an hour, 2 hours, I can get done in 15 to 20 minutes. I can knock out 30, 40 exposures in under 15 to 20 minutes because I've stretched my mind to come up with 5, 6, 7, 10 different strategies that, oh, this is fun. Oh, I can sort this. I can look at this person's page. I can say, this is not a person I want. This is a person I want. As the strategy I taught my team before, I said, just go to the page. I mean, let's look at this. Let's just go here for a second. So we'll go here. So there's a couple of things I want to share with you here. So I went in, and the things I want to share with you this morning of the best school of the best Botanica, if you will, today, because it's not a secret. You still have to put in the work. So no matter what I share with you, you still got to put in the work. So number one is this. I'm not finished with the 10. I'll get back to that in a second. Look at this right here. If you just did, this is my teaching. I mean, you take what works from you and you follow your leader and you follow their coaching. I'm just sharing with you what I do. I'm going to pick one, maximum 2 products that I'm in love with. Right here, you're talking about how many videos do you see here on Vivid? To be able to have a product that actually turns on your gas while you're at work, turns your heat off, actually does, I mean, it actually will save you money. It actually has temperature changes just to maximize and lower your bill. To be able to check and see whoever comes to your door, to be able to see when your children come in at 3 o'clock in the morning, to be able to close your garage if you're on vacation and forgot you left it open, to be able to open the back door, to be able to check all the locks, to be able to turn on the lights in your house, to be able to turn on anything in your, I mean, to have a smart, why Vivint is number one, the Rolls Royce of technology when it comes to home security. And if you have not gone in, you don't have to wait for an ACN training. You can train yourself. Well, you know, Vivint is a little bit higher than, I got my friend that got a Ring, and I got a friend that got this, and I got a friend that got that. Yeah, I got a friend that got a Kia, and Mr. You know, I'm sorry, I was right. I drive a Porsche. I drive a Denali. I'm sorry, a Bentley. I mean, my friend has a plane. Are you looking for a VW or trying to go to a used car lot to get your car that's going to break down more and cost you more than a car that you bought that may have been 60, 70, 80, $100,000, a Tesla? So I'm going to take the time to study a product. I even want to watch Don't Buy. Why don't I buy? I want to know that I don't want all the good news. I want the negatives. Are you guys following me on that so far? Nod your head if this is making sense. So when you look at that, 4 things you need to know about Vivint, the 13 investigations, I want to study everything about my product, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Then you're talking about branding yourself right here. This guy goes in, it's amazing, this piece right here, strategy, marketing, a service. Do we have a service-based business? I'm going to become the greatest student to become the greatest teacher. It doesn't say product-based business, it said service. and his conversation is amazing. Not only am I going to learn his techniques, I'm going to incorporate his conversation because this guy obviously he has something to say that 65,000 people wanted to listen to. Not 3 or 4 or 20 likes or 200 people. 65,000 people want to hear what this man had to say. I might want to listen and take some really good notes. Then I'm going to go over here. Let's see here. I think the greatest place to market your business is where business people are. You're on Instagram. You're on Facebook. I can't find them. I done burnt out on my warm market. Well, that's because there's only about 30%, if you're lucky, of people on Facebook that you even want in your business. But if I go to LinkedIn, which is now completely evolved, there's at least 80% of people in LinkedIn that I want in my business. It's a business platform. But we go to the law of familiarity. So you may want to go in and understand, okay, I'm good. I have a podcast, or maybe I do Facebook Lives, or I do this. Well, you might want to know 5 great strategies on how to do it. Why would you try and figure it out? I can't find no, I done burnt up my list. I don't know who to talk to. I can't find no prospects from, I don't go out because of COVID. And how many excuses you going to use to stay broke? Then you go over here and you may be, well, bottom line, this woman has over 2.5 million followers. She's on Forbes. She's on every platform. How to effectively promote your business on Instagram. Maybe you're an Insta person. I wasn't. I do a little bit from time to time, but I'm not an Insta. But here's a secret. 68,000 people just on this platform alone, not including her Instagram of over 2 million, want to hear what she got to say and how she was actually invited by Forbes magazine to come and speak on it. If I go over here to my Facebook, you're going through all of your, okay, my boy is in the music. Okay, let me go through I got 5, I got 6, I got 5, 6, how many friends? I got 2,000, I got 800 friends. I got this, I got that. Okay, I got my people. I'm not going there. I'm going right over here to notifications. I know that right here that I got people that are asking me to be my friend. I got friend requests. Let's see all. Man, I got over 1,000 people that want to be my friend. Well, this person ain't in the business. This person's not in the business. This person, hey, they aren't in the business. I know the 3 people there that are affiliated with me. They obviously understand money. They have 2 horses. All I'm going to do is go, okay, let's just see. I'm going to click on here. I'm going to see what's on their page. Well, she's attractive, got 100 people that think she's attractive. She's into nature, so she's into horses. She's into a lifestyle. And guess what's really amazing? She just had a new baby. Guess what's amazing about that? She requested me as a friend. I don't have to go looking for nobody. You requested me. I'm able to send back a message and say, hey, you know what? I'm not just going to add her. I'm able to go in and say, hey, you know what? I am so honored that you actually requested me as a friend. At this stage in my life in COVID, I'm very selective about the people that are in my personal circle. And just based on your page, I really love who you are and how you're showing up. But I'll be honest with you. I'm about collaborating with people on life that really want to elevate to a whole nother level and constantly evolve and escalate. And if that, if I can collaborate with you and we can support each other and be friends on a level that we can truly build each other, then in turn, I would love to be able to add you. If not, I so respect. I don't know what made you. In fact, I am curious. Could you send me back a message and make me, let me know what made you request me? Was it just because of law of attraction of 3 other people that we have friends with? Or is it because you see something that's, maybe you think I'm attractive? I don't know. But I'm letting you know where I am in life so that because I'm really beyond having 5,000 friends that I don't talk to and know. So if we're going to be friends, really friends, Facebook friends, crackbook friends, I want to forge a relationship that we establish a real conversation over the next 7 days and just really get to know each other. 3 minutes on what I call a Zoom coffee. if that interests you, and it may not. So I'm real, but I do want you to know how honored I am and how flattered I am. Now I got 3 pages plus, now everybody doesn't have obviously the access that I do or Mr. Thomas, but you have at least 600 friends. You're telling me you can't make a list of 100 people out of a group of 1,000, even the weakest person got 1,000 friends. That means you can look at the numbers. You got at least a good 100, 200 people requesting you as a friend. Why am I going to go to my pool of people that I already know that know me when I already got people requesting? They're coming to me saying, I want to be your friend. Why? Let's have a conversation. That's an extra 20, 30, 40, 50 prospects right there. But you going through your old list and your old friends and the people that were close to you, the ones who want to beat you up, the ones who want to tell you about a pyramid, the ones who say, what, are you still doing that thing? The ones say, is this the same pitch you got for me? Like, nah. You may want to rebrand yourself and create a whole nother page. Is this helping anybody? Because y'all look like, really, it's happy hour. I'm just getting happy about, hopefully somebody's going to learn this because I have some key people on here. I need to really get this. You're going through the notes. Mr. Thomas wanted me to go through all 10. Business referral, collaboration, offer your services for free. Really? You get $100 Visa card, another $100 that's coming to you, 100 going to them. I'm giving all 200 to them. Look, you got the next 3 months free. How does a person not have 50 customers and you give 4 months free? For any product you have, you got enough money that the company, no other company, that's just amazing. Number 7, joint ventures. I'm establishing and going through how many people you know that are already in other network marketing companies trying to pitch you. Hey, I want to have a conversation with you, and please believe it is not to get you into my company. In fact, what I want to do is I want to get a product that you offer. I want to support what you're doing. I want to get something that you have. You selling coffee? Even if I don't drink coffee, I'm telling them, look, you know what? I want that coffee. I'll give the coffee away to somebody who does. Somebody 1 degree of separation drinks coffee. Not 3 degrees of separation, and the president, 1 degree, somebody really close to you drinks coffee if you do not. Somebody needs to lose weight. Somebody needs to grow some hair. We ain't trying to. Don't take my Michael Jordan look. Me and Sam, we good. Okay. Somebody needs some organic products for their home without all the chemicals in it. Somebody is trying to leverage themselves and make more money, whether it's in Forex or trying to learn something about how to diversify. You in IML or LPP, or you in this company or in that company. Look, you know what? I want to support you. I'm going to bring you some. I know some young people who want to learn how to make some money and work from home, even though they have never used it, even though 90% of the people that get in that company never actually trade. They're just bamboozled into buying a program that they never use. But hey, what do I know? What do I know? God forbid, I just want to support. I want to collaborate with somebody who's pivoting in my space. 5 or 6 people. I am honestly going to bring you business. You bring me business. You support me, I support you. Let's have a meeting, a set meeting once a month. You're in real estate. I want to bring you, you're a real estate salesperson. You aren't even a broker yet. You're doing open houses all day. You don't even have time to come to the meeting. You sell cars. Your weekends are gone. You've never been able to get on a meeting. Not a problem. I know people every day. Somebody's trying to buy a car. I had somebody just call me yesterday trying to buy a car. Somebody trying to buy some property. I know somebody who invests in real estate. I meet them all the time. People in real estate. I want to put you two together. I'm earnestly every month going to bring you business. We can test this for 1 month and see if your word's good and you bring me business, starting with yourself. Because I want to be your first customer. I want you to be my first customer. Let's build each other's business together. I don't even need to cross recruit you and bring you into my business. In fact, I don't even want you in my business. I just want you to bring me business. That's what a boss does. I'm going to delegate. I'm going to employ. I don't need you to, I'm not trying to get no equal. I'm not trying to go head to head with you. I'm not trying to have an ego match with you. I'm not trying to see who has, we aren't going there. Not having a pissing match with you. Well, I'm not, you know how long? No. We good. So you're looking at number 6, offering your services. 7, joint ventures. Number 8, if you already have a blog or a podcast, or you know how to do it effectively, like I have someone on my team who knows how to do it effectively, great. But if you aren't already in that, if you aren't already doing Facebook Lives, if you aren't already creating a platform, please don't go learning how to do that. You know how many people I've seen attempt to go down that lane and we never see them again? They get lost in the witness protectors program because they're trying to figure out how to brand themselves and they haven't learned how to make $1 in the first place. How are you going to brand something you haven't even documented yourself? Why don't you document yourself and other people come and brand you? But if you have a platform that you can reverse engineer your client base, your law of attraction, people to come back to you, that's what that's about. Number 9, becoming a guest on other people's platforms. They already have a built-in audience that trusts them. They leverage that to you. You don't have to do nothing on a weekly. Just get on other people's, if you have any credibility, and go and, it could be on anything, and then be able to tell how your life has changed. It doesn't even have to be about network marketing or business. It could be about life-changing events. You're like, I had a life-changing event. I met this guy named Al Thomas. I met this guy named Byron Nelson. I met this guy named Sam Foster. I met this guy named Julian. I met this woman named Belinda. I met this guy. I met this woman. I met this woman named Denise. This woman named Caroline. I met this guy named Freddie. Oh my God! Let me tell you about a life-changing event. Someone who significantly changed the trajectory of me and my family tree with one conversation. It's a hell of an interview. I met Chris and Rose, and we had one glass of wine, and I don't know what was in that wine, but my life hasn't been the same since. I don't know if it was Jesus nectar or the fact that they were giving me stuff that had no chemicals in it, and they gave me a bar of soap. Maybe I took a shower with their soap, and I don't know, something changed my life. When I met Tosh, and she started talking about this teacup, and I've been drinking tea ever since. I don't know what kind of Kool-Aid she was serving, but I'll tell you what, I'll never put a cup down again in my life because I knew what I could become. Exactly, Christy. So I don't know. Just makes sense to me. And then number 10, what's a pitch video. To be able to take the time and speak into someone's life. How long does it take to pick up your phone, put together a video and say, you know what, Mary, it's been a long time since we talked, but I've been sheltering myself, isolating myself, putting myself in isolation. This COVID has an anxiety over me. And I finally made a decision to change my life and make sure everyone around me's life has changed. So I'm putting together a gang of women, about 3 to 4 amazing women. You're one of the first one that came to my mind about really the journey of what it takes to overcome obstacles and then become abundant. And I just, first and foremost, let me let you know, Mary, my reason for calling you was just to see how are you doing and to tell you I love you. That's the first reason I call. The second reason is to say, if this conversation resonates with you, would you entertain a 5-minute conversation to see what I'm up to as I go in, and I'm launching this on September 1st. So I got 10 days to put together a circle of amazing women that have a story that needs to be told, that we can actually reverse engineer our lives and get paid for it at the same time. If it just sounds interesting to you, I want you to tell me emphatically, yes. I don't want to have a conversation about it. If it doesn't sound interesting to you, I want you to say emphatically, no, that doesn't interest me, but thank you for thinking of me. And yes, I love you. I want to know how you're doing and how the family's doing, how the kids are doing. Do you know how powerful that is to put together a 3-minute video? It costs you 3 minutes a day to pick up your cell phone, push the camera, push the video button, and have a heartfelt message to 10 people a week, 2 a day, costs you 6 minutes a day. That's extra credit. That's 40 extra people on top of your work. I can show a person how to get wealthy in this business on an hour a day, your bills will go away. If they followed the instruction and they went to school and they spent a good 60, 90 days of laying a foundation to learn the skill set, get the confidence, understand the psychology behind this. Because it takes me 90 days to kind of mentally screw you and unscramble your brains from all the bad habits and all the stuff that you put in there. The business itself is really simple, but the way you think is crappy. So even with my squad now, I'm having to unscramble the brain. That's what I've been doing for the last 30, 60 days, and we'll do it for another 60 days. Then the work starts, then the checks come. What is 6 months to be able to get paid for 6 years at an extra 5, 6 figures a year, or whatever your aspirations are? But you got to work on yourself. You can't go to the gym on Sunday and then come back next Sunday and be like, I put it. You can't go to the gym on Sunday and then go in on Wednesday and then go on Saturday, put in 3 good workouts. People really don't understand this psyche because you got to buy the lie that becomes the truth. That's a whole nother training. But just so you understand it, a person that becomes a doctor, they were saying they were a doctor in their freshman, sophomore year of undergrad. And they kept saying, I'm a doctor. What do you do? I'm a doctor. They were saying by their junior year, God forbid they get to their senior year. So what do you do? They're already doing interns and working hard. I'm a doctor. They still aren't a doctor. They go to med school. They're in their first year. So what do? I'm a doctor. Second year, I'm a doctor. 7th year of education, I'm a doctor. They get out, they got to do a thesis and an intern. 2 years later, 9 years later, what do? You still haven't even gotten the MD paper in the mail yet. I'm a doctor. Do you understand how I became SVP? I became SVP. I'm an SVP. What's your position? SVP. Before I even started, why would I go to school? Well, what are you? Well, I dropped out freshman year. I'm still in sophomore 5 years later. Because you never finished completing the education. The education starts at RVP and you don't actually get a title until you get to SVP. RVP frees you, SVP frees your family. I'm not going to school to say I graduated from freshman year. I'm going to complete the education because that's where the game starts. So when you understand that psyche, and you unscramble your brain, 6 months, you haven't even given birth to a child. You got to carry the child for 9 months. It takes me 3 to 6 months just to unscramble your brain and get you into a rhythm. My kids right now, I'm just seeing them kick. At least all my kids, they just now kicking. I feel it in the belly. They haven't even birthed yet. That's the dream. Is anybody getting this conversation? You're gonna have to think, and I just want you to, this is a little crass, but I'll be honest with you. If you eat 3 times a day, you're supposed to crap 3 times a day. What would happen if you crapped on Monday, but you didn't crap again until 10 days later? Or you didn't crap again. I went to Saturday training. I went to Saturday training. I went to Saturday training. So you only crapping once a week, or you only crap twice a week? You should have a great, you only took a shower once a week, but you're around people all the time. Thank God you guys don't know my cousin. Boy got in the car. I had to pick him up in the airport. He going somewhere to see somebody. I'm like, as soon as you walk in, this is family talking to you. Tell her you need to go straight to the shower. I apologize. I've been on a plane all day and been traveling for the whole day. Going in, come in my car smelling like my son. Boy, I got to beat my son's ass. I got to beat your behind. You're a grown man. I can barely hear what you're saying. The funk is so strong. You don't take a shower once every 3-4 days. You don't take a crap once every 4 or 5 days. There's something wrong with you. If you got a problem. I don't do my business once every 2 or 3 days out the week. I need to, every day I'm engaged with who I am and becoming that goes beyond the business. The business just writes my check. Who I'm becoming is a daily grind. And I promise you, as God is my witness, they are not easy days. You will have some of the hardest days of your life that you had nothing to do with, but circumstances just built themselves, but they were put there, you know. And I had this conversation with my cousin also. Sometimes God's not responsible for you hitting the bottom. God's responsible for you being allowed to hit the bottom so you can go find him. That's going to hit somebody later. Well, Dr. Al Thomas, I think I've maxed out this happy hour. I'm very happy about this hour, and my hour never finishes because finish is never finished. Hopefully Mr. Al Thomas is still listening to me in his, I don't know if he's in a stretch, a driver, or on a horse and buggy, if somebody's, you know, he got a top hat on and he going somewhere, and I don't know, you know. You never know with Mr. Al Thomas. Somebody could have picked him up with 2 horses and a buggy and took him through a 14-mile, you know, driveway to go up to a house down south in a plantation of 18, 20 acres. And he's sitting up there with a spread sitting one side of the table, and the table's about 18 feet, and there's only 2 people in the house. And like, and the whole table filled with food. And you're like, can you hear me? The butler will be here in a second. Give me a walkie-talkie so I can talk to him down there. Thank you for having me over for this feast. You just never know with him, Mr. Al Thomas. It just kind of show up in your life, and he got this halo on his head. You want to know why, you know, people start cutting off their hair? They want people to see, Sam want people to see his halo. You know, Bree want people to see the halo. We work so hard to bless people that they obviously didn't see it with the hair on our head. So we said, maybe if we cut off all our hair, somebody will see that God sent us so we can bring you a car, a boat, and a helicopter to save your behind before you walking up to Apostle Paul at the gates of heaven saying, how the hell did I end up here? I did everything. No, you didn't. You lied. You lying. I should not. You ain't even getting into heaven. I'm just going to send you to hell. You didn't even listen. Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. I am complete. The floor is yours, Bree, Sam, whoever wanted to take it over. We're my blessings. I believe we're complete.
Yes,
Bree, I need a
sir.
copy of this so I can send it to everybody. Everybody needs it. It saved me so much breath for the next year. I never have to talk to anybody who comes to my business. Listen to the damn video.
Sir. Yeah, I get it to you later tonight.
All right, family. Definitely. Anybody have any questions about anything I've shared tonight before I dive into my grapefruit?
Mr. Nelson?
Mm-hmm.
Hi, this is Sherry in Florida. How are you?
I am amazing, love. How are you?
I'm super fantastic. Thank you,
Yes, you
sir.
are.
I have a question. Earlier today, when you were talking about getting the 3 names from people, give me your 3 business names
Uh-huh.
earlier,
Mm-hmm.
and we want to write an article.
Mm-hmm.
What is the conversation that we have when we get those 3 people's names? Do we talk to them, or we just ask?
Sharon gave me the name. She gave me 3 names, and Freddie's one of those names. And I need to know what they do. Obviously, I want a 1-sentence bio. What kind of business does he have? Well, Freddie owns his own, you know, graphic artist business. Hey, Freddie, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Excellent, Freddie. The reason why we're on this phone is because I only work on referral. There's 2 points here that I'm calling you for. And let me even take it a step back, because Freddie's not going to take your call if he doesn't know you. Because if the phone rings, it's going to go straight to voicemail. So I may just probably leave him a voice print, which you can do from a regular text or from any other medium of texting, whether you have Signal, whether you have WhatsApp, whether you have Telegram, you can do it whatever way you want. So I'm leaving him a message. Freddie, you don't know me, but I ask for the most extraordinary people that Sharian knows that own their own business. I'm writing an article within the next 90 days on people that own their own business. So I need to let you know there's 2 points here. I wanted to know, number 1, if we can have a conversation about what makes you successful. And number two, if you're open to collaborating with other business owners, because the article that I'm writing is about true collaboration. Now, depending on how much background I have on it, if I know that he's a brother, I may say, look, Freddie, bottom line is, one of the biggest things that we lack within the Black community of business is supporting each other and cross-pollinating each other, which is why so many individuals do well, but collectively, we are the 7th highest consumer group on the planet with nothing in ownership. So Freddie, based on what Bree has told me about you, that you have a spirit of God in you, you're serious about business ownership because of your plumbing business. And at the same time, I want to know the things that made you successful, how we could support each other, and if you're open to collaboration of us lifting up a nation together. It's a powerful conversation. I'm leaving that as a voice print. It's time sensitive, Freddie. I actually have to close in on the 3 people that I'm going to allow to be a part of this story by the end of the weekend. Today is Friday. I need to make sure it's done. And I have those 3 people that will give me access for a 5-10 minute conversation maximum. I don't want much of your time by Sunday. If you could just text me back and let me know if this conversation resonates with you, of how 3 is much more stronger than 1, that we can exponentially support each other's business and bring more business to what you are. And I need you to be clear. I'm not here to sell you. I'm not here to take you away from what you're currently doing. I'm here to exalt you and applaud you. And you can hear in my tone the transparency and the authenticity that I'm not here to pitch you on it. So if you don't resonate with this conversation, I so respect and love the fact that you took the time to listen to it. But if it does resonate, I can't wait to have a conversation with you. Just say yes or no and send me back a text. I'm going to respect it either way. That's my conversation when I send it to somebody I don't know. It's just a voice print. I can't take it personally. I don't even know Freddie. Freddie doesn't know me. He said no. What, my feelings just got hurt? He didn't call me back. My feelings getting hurt? I didn't know Freddie before Bree referred him. How the hell? 10 people in a week, that's 30 people in a week, times 4 weeks, that's 120 referrals. How the hell you aren't gonna find who you're looking for? You only need 3 to 4 people to get rich in this business. Did that help anybody else? See, being a business owner, or better stated, being an entrepreneur, you might as well, be Japanese, or you might as well be Chinese, or you might as well be Hebrew and understand Arabic, because being an entrepreneur is learning a new language. It's learning Mandarin. It's learning Arabic. It's learning Japanese. It's learning Spanish. What do you think Akiko has to go through to understand a word that y'all are saying? Or anybody she's building over in Japan? Or anybody else I've built in every culture. We take it for granted, which is why we never get past a 4th or 5th or 6th grade mentality. And your broken conversation in business is like you grew up in the hood and you're still talking slang. And nobody understands what you're saying. You might as well be talking pig Latin, because you're talking on such a low frequency that you can't reach the caliber of individuals you're looking to reach in business. They have a different spirit, a different understanding, a different conversation. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go that deep, but it is what it is. I hope somebody caught what I just said.
I did.
Okay, thank you.
Did.
It was delicious.
There you go.
English is my second language, and it
So
took
you
me
talk-
about 4 years to understand and speak the language. And every time and this is a different business in which I need to learn the language, the nomenclature of this business.
100%.
I didn't know anything about. I could not even speak. I could not make presentations until just lately, after a year, 2 years. That's the reality. That's the reality for me.
And Ishmael, that is why over 65, 70% of the multimillionaires in this country are from another country, because they have that burning desire and they know what they had to overcome or their parents had to overcome coming over here. And the ones that live here take it for granted. That work ethic was built in for you to understand what somebody else was saying, to be able to pronounce or to be able to hear or listen and be like, I mean, I went and got, you know, I do my prepping and I do my female thing, if you will, because I take care of myself. And I went and got beautified and did some things just to make sure facial hair, everything, right? I get my nails done, I get my feet done. I just primp and pamper myself. So I went and I had a Japanese woman and she was sitting up there and she was talking and struggling and trying to make sure she went to see, she was complimenting, she's like, you are a beautiful man. And she had to say it in Japanese into her phone for it to come back out. I thought she was just asking, what do I want to get done? And she was trying to compliment me. And I'm like, that's, you know, thank you so much. And it's because I know the owner that she really wanted to take care of me. So she literally every other sentence, to be able to do what I wanted her to do, she had to put it in there, put it in there, put it in there. But she was fighting, you know what I'm saying? And because what happens, and this is what I learned in Colombia, it's also what I learned in other countries I've been to when I was in Italy. It's a whole nother dimension when somebody sees you, generally, if you have good people, I'm talking about good-hearted people, not the raggedy ones. When I was in Mexico and when I was in Colombia and when I was in Italy and when I traveled to places where I didn't understand the language, even when I was in Montreal, where over 60, 70% all speak French. If they see you fighting to learn their culture and to know their language, they want to help. They will go the extra mile for you. This will happen in Japan. This will happen in Asia Pacific. They will fight. If you even down in Australia where, you know, where they're doing the haka dance and there's a whole different conversation of flavor down there. If they see you fighting to understand their culture and their language, they want to go the extra mile. They will befriend you 1,000 times faster than you sitting up there being arrogant because you speak English when every other country outside of the United States speaks a minimum of 3 to 4 languages. And they had to work to learn those languages. They start young. But we're supposed to be the power company from the United States up to Canada. When other people of other cultures see you fighting, they want to support you. They want to be there, like, you know, not a translator, not you coming over there all dressed up, not you all blinged out, or not you even very successful, that you dumb it down and it's like, I really want to understand. And you're fighting you can mess up the language, you can slice it, you can completely butcher the language. They're going to fight to help you. The right people with the right heart, they're going to fight to understand what you're saying. It's like, I want to understand. I want to help you. I don't know what the hell you're saying because I can't understand you. You can't understand me, but I'm going to fight a little bit more. And I'm going to get you where you're able to forge more powerful relationships when you grow at that level. But most people, they're I'm not going to say they're arrogant. They're lazy. And they'll just get up there and they'll like try and translate and they laughing and think it's funny. And they think that they get an elite mindset. Like I'm just visiting here. Like, and people can tell when you look down on them. You got the brokest people in the United States and Canada that have an elite mindset. They don't even have a pot to piss in when they go somewhere else. Like they have like, anyway, that's a whole nother conversation.
You know, I went to Mexico to present the business and I was only there 3 days. I went to a convention they have in Puebla. And then I brought some friends and some relatives and I asked somebody there to help me out to make the presentation. I could not speak that language. I could not be able to communicate with my friends and relatives about this business. I said, okay, listen to this guy. He is the one who knows. And I was like a mute, basically. I could not speak that language. But now I could do this. Now I could go back to Mexico, and that's what I'm doing now.
There you go.
No, I don't even have to go to Mexico. I could do it I'm doing it via Zoom.
There you go.
You know?
And that's what's going to allow you to win. It's that persistence. See, it's these obstacles and these barriers that allow the business to become secondary and not the challenge. I don't know if anybody got that. Because people make the business the challenge, they don't find the places where they need to grow. If you find the places that you have to grow, then the business becomes secondary and you just learn it through osmosis over time. Because you aren't challenged with the business, you're challenged with being able to relate to people, grow with people, speak a specific language, tap into a specific niche, being able to learn how to market yourself, learning how to build a Fortune 500 business from a laptop and a cell phone. And then the business itself becomes easy. But because people focus on the business, not understanding that they are the business, then that's why their business fails. Because they are failing. And they think, oh, I'll just try something else. No, you won't. You'll fail there too, because you have not changed. You have not grown. You have not become who you needed to become. The business is just a natural law of attraction. You attract people that are growing, people that want to grow, people that want to shift, people that want to change, people that want to make more for their families, people that want to bless, people that want to love, people that want to have fun, people that want to travel. That's the easy part. When you master that language, when you master that conversation. If you told me, let's just say, I know this longer than we're supposed to be on here. If I'm 200 pounds and I just had a triple bypass and my normal weight is supposed to be 128, hypothetically, I'm 5'8", which everybody knows this is definitely not me because I'm 6'4.5", 5. But if I was 5'8", 200 pounds, you know I'm way overweight, and I'm only supposed to be 128, 130 pounds. And I had a heart attack and I have a triple bypass. And I literally almost died. And I got 2 kids. And possibly I'm a grandparent. Let's say hypothetically I'm a grandparent. Let's throw that in there. But I have so much to live for. I busted my tail to do so much. I got so many beautiful things to live for. I'm not living a miserable life. I just worked so hard, I didn't take care of my body. And God gives me a second chance. I make it. He put a stent in my heart. It's like, look, you saw life pass in front of you. You saw death at your door. And unfortunately for some people, they don't take care of themselves until this happens. Until death is knocking on their door. And unfortunately for some people, it's too late, but that's not the point. The point is, if you were gifted a second chance and you came across somebody in the same position as you, and said, man, we used to eat together. We used to hang out together. You used to be 220 pounds. You used to be, what happened to you? I knew that I wasn't going to live long living the way I was living. I have to do so. I just came out the hospital. I need to do something dramatically different in regards to how did you stop eating, or how did you stop having the bad habits? That person is willing to do whatever it takes to now live for their family. They don't care about the how-to. See, that's where 90% get screwed in this life, not in this business, in this life, is they're concerned with the how-to instead of the result. The result is I want to live. Tell me what I need to do, and it doesn't matter, I will do it. That's when they start to listen. That's where 90% fell. When you stop being concerned with what you have to do, and you get consumed with where you need to be, you will do whatever you have to all day, all night, as long as it takes. You won't ask, well, how long, how much time do I have to put in the business? Who do I need to talk to? Well, what do I say to this person that's white? What do I say to the people that are black? What do I say to rich people? How do I talk to broke people? How do I talk to my friends? How do I talk to the colleagues at my job? How do I talk to millennials? How do I talk to people that are into crypto? How do I talk to people that are into options? How do I talk to people that are in real estate? How do I find brokers? Where do I find people during COVID? Where do I find these people that are, it's like, I don't go out. I don't have no friends no more. How many excuses will you come up with until you figure out, I just need to get this done? And your brain will calibrate and start figuring out everything it needs to do. It'll start off with 3 things. It'll turn into 4 things. It'll turn not till the perfect situation or circumstances show up for you. It's like, look, I need to give up sugar. I need to give up alcohol. I need to give up bread. I need to give up, you know what? Ring, ring. Hello? Hi, how you doing? Oh, hell no. You can never call me again. I need to give up negative people. That call can never come through my phone again. Don't text me, don't call me. I actually have somebody who's calculating to the day. I said, do not contact me for 5 years. And if you're a different person in 5 years, we can have another conversation. I actually have people like that I've done that to. And I have literally more than one person that's waiting and counting those days because I was like, we can't ever have a conversation for another 5 years. If you're a different person in 5 years, because the conversation we're having are just way too stupid for me. Who you're doing and the actions you're taking, not you're stupid, but the decisions you made in your life are too stupid to be in my space. I can't, let me know who you are in about 3 years, 4 years. I've done this so many times over the last 20 years. And they stay in touch with people that are close to me. They've stayed in touch with my sister. They've stayed in touch with Miss Yancey. It's like, look, the 4 years, I'm almost like crackhead. I will eliminate and delete. I think we were talking about this morning where I was on a training with my team either this morning. I mean, I can't remember. When was that? I couldn't remember who it was. I think it was on this call this morning. And I didn't want to bring the person up because I didn't want to de-edify him. And this person is a bona fide like SVP. But I will delete. Not because they're right or I'm right and they're wrong. It's just, it's oil and water. I don't ever want to talk negative about somebody. I don't want to harbor that negative energy. I said on my feed, this is happy hour, so we free flowing. So I said on one of my feeds, I said, you know what? Harboring negative energy about somebody or disliking somebody, or if somebody can take your, if you can talk to somebody and they can sway your energy because of the thought of them or because of the sound of their voice, or because somebody walked into the room and they completely shifted who you are as a person, you need to work on that. That's a weakness. That's a weakness. You gave somebody that kind of power over your emotions. That's a weakness. It doesn't make you weak. That's a weakness. It needs to be worked on. I've spent years on being able to do that because I used to be that person. I'm like, oh, I could think of so many names and faces right now as I'm talking to you, but I just delete it. Being upset or challenged by somebody else who's not even thinking about you is like hoping that they die, but you're drinking the poison. Slowly. Now that does not add up in my book. I'm constantly being emotionally sick or toxic and stuff is going through my body and I'm drinking poison because of somebody who's not even thinking about me and I'm hoping that something happens to them. Or I don't like them, or I don't like who they're, are you kidding? Is anybody getting this conversation? This is a God conversation. I'm just letting it all know. Just be very clear. Figure out how to push the delete button. They should not be anywhere in your life. They should have no attachment to your personal life or your business life if they had that much of an impact that was defamatory or deteriorating or negative or malevolent. You should cut every tie at any cost with that person. There's somebody on here who needs to hear this and she knows who she is. Because we're supposed to talk on Saturday. Well, we were supposed to talk yesterday. Is everybody following this conversation? Let my people go. You're blocking your own blessings. And I'm going to tell you how dangerous this is since it's happy hour. We have a tendency of putting it in the closet like it doesn't bother us. we will put it so far in the closet in the back shelf, like way back, like I am not, you know what? I have no use for you. I'm not giving you no energy. You've hurt my feelings. You've hurt my life. You've changed. You did me wrong, whatever it is. And you put it in this box and you will seal it up with some masking tape. You'll get it with that silver tape, but you can't even breathe. It can't even breathe. It's all in the box. And you will stuff it and there will be stuff all on top of it. But let me tell you something. That box is still in your closet and it carries energy. You think you've suppressed it and you've hidden it somewhere in the closet? I promise you, I'm talking to myself. God will let, I would tell you, Lofi right here, she'll tell you how much stuff I'm throwing out stuff that I love. I'm giving away stuff that I love. It's like, this is just carrying some energy. I don't have to explain it. This got to go. It's like, I'm giving this away. I'm giving this away. This has got to go. This going, I got stuff in the back of my place. I'm like, it's got to get out of here. It's got to go. And I'm not done yet. And God's not done working on me yet. And I still got a few little strings, and you know how you have that favorite sweater, but one strand, it's like if you pull it, the whole sweater will come apart. So you got to learn how to get a match, because that little strand is that little energy. You need to burn it off. And they go sizzle bound and then tighten back. Keep the sweater. Just get rid of that strand, that one little string that's been bothering you for a long time. It's annoying. Don't cut it off, because it'll come back. And they know how to come back. Like I said, I've had people try and come through the doggy hole in my closet. I'm still here. No. Okay, I need a new door. And I have built new doors. You know what the new door has in it? It still has the doggy. But what they don't understand is my dog got an electronic leash. So when the dog walks up, it only opens up for the dog. When people try and sneak into my back door, it has a guillotine on it. Go ahead, stick your head in there. I told you not to come back here. Because you go be headed if you want to. All right, you guys, I am complete. Dr. Tom is going to be, well, he can't be up. He's never upset when I take or when I speak. So I hope, hopefully I'm blessing somebody and somebody's getting something out of this. This was just happy our God talking. I'm just going. I'm supposed to be doing a whole, I got tomorrow is a treacherous day, but I'm good. Because he just always works it out. Whatever it's supposed to be, it just gets worked out the way it's supposed to be. Any other questions before we wrap up? See, you loved it. I only need a few of y'all to love it. Everybody ain't got to love it. I'm not here to be loved. I'm here to be, I'm here to touch somebody else's life. If I do what I'm supposed to do, you get loved by the right people and hated by the wrong ones. It just happens the way it is. You ain't ever, forgive me for saying the slang word, ain't ever gonna have everybody love you. It's just never. In fact, if you do, there's something wrong with you. It does not happen. You are the devil's worker if everybody loves you, because you're just manipulating and lying. If you stand for something, there's no way everybody's going to be in agreement and love who you are and who you're becoming. In fact, the more you become who God wants you to become, the more you're going to actually see your fake friends. You're going to see the facades. Oh man, did you see that color? Whoa. Keep growing and see what happens to the people around you. Woo. Oh, wow. Really? True colors will show up. You think it's a rainbow. You'd be like, oh, wow. And turn colors right in front of me. Oh, sugar. Because you stand for something and didn't fall for everything. In fact, intentionally go find some enemies. Make some enemies out of people. Show them how great your God is and how great you're supposed to come. Go ahead. Just ask somebody, say, you know what? I just want to know if you would support me. You've been saying you would support me on anything. You love me all this time. Some of you women, it's like, you said you want to go out with me. I need you to become a customer. Oh, you got to think about it. Then think about, here's what I want you to think about. Never calling me again in your life. You've been asking me out for 4 months. Men, same thing. You got women, it's like, I need you, just every woman you have, you know what, before we even take another step further, I got a business. Will you support me? You got to think about it. You need the rates? Okay, I just figured out that you can't afford me in a relationship. We have nothing else to discuss. You should just go ahead and get them out the way. Just start checkpointing everybody. Just get happy about it. Just exploit them. Why wait till they sneak up and suck the life out of you like a little pin drop in a balloon and you just go, just every one of them, just start stabbing them, just bam, bam, just get them out the way. So you know what you start with from scratch. It's like, I got 3 people that believe in who I am and what I'm doing. Great, now I need to grow this to 300. Get rid of, stop clogging your life with all the raggedy ones. That's what's stopping you from getting where you need to go. Just get them all out the way. Oh, well, I don't know. Y'all talk to Jesus. That's not me talking tonight. I'm just letting him do his thing. I'm going to sit here and eat my grapefruit.